Gentlemen, I pray you tell me where a gentle maiden dwelleth named Yam Yam. The word of Coco in pity speak, oh speak, I pray you.
Why, who are you who ask this question?
Come gather round me, and I tell you. Only me serveth in the shreds and patches of ballad songs and snatches, and dreamy lullaby. My catalog is long to every passion ranging, and to your humor changing, I tune my supple song. I tune my supple song. Are you in sentimental mood? I'll sigh with you. Sorrow. On maiden's corners do you move? I'll do so too. Sorrow, sorrow. I charm your winning ease with songs of lovers' kiss. My sympathetic kiss, my chibidio. Oh, sorrow, sorrow. Happy patriotic sentiment is wanted. Happy patriotic ballads cut and cried. All wherever country's banner may be planted, all other doctrines are defied. All glorious intelligence are severed. Never shall they conceal it in the door. And they show the best of pride the nation tremble before the mighty truth, the sort of the people. Of shares and patches, of ballad songs and snatches, that dreamy lullaby, that dreamy
And what may be your business with Yum Yum?
I'll tell you. A year ago, I was a member of the beautiful town band. It was my duty to take a cake round for contributions. While discharging this delicate office, I saw Yum Yum. We loved each other at once, but she was betrothed to her guardian, Coco, a cheap tailor. And I saw that my suit was hopeless. In despair, I left the town. Imagine my delight when I heard a month ago that Coco has been condemned to death for flirting. I hurried back at once in the hope of finding Yum Yum free for romance.
It is true that Coco was condemned to death for flirting, but he was reprieved at the last moment and raised to the exalted rank of Lord High Executioner under the following remarkable circumstances. Our great Mikado, virtuous man, when he to rule our land began, resolved to try a plan whereby young men might best be sated. So he decreed in words succinct that all who flirted, leered or winked, unless connubially linked, should forthwith be beheaded, 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 forthwith be beheaded. And I expect you'll all agree that he was right to so decree. And I am right, and you are right, and all is right as right can be. And you are right, and we are right, and all is right as right can be. And all is right as right can be. Right as right can be. Decree you'll understand sound caused great dismay throughout the land. Young and old and shy and bold were equally affected. The youth who winked a roving eye, breathed a non-connubial sigh, was thereupon condemned to die. He usually objected, usually objected. And you'll allow, as I expect, that he was right to so object. And I am right, and you are right, and everything is quite correct.
And you are right, and we are right, and everything is quite correct.
And everything is quite correct. All is quite correct. And so we straight let out on bail the convicts from the county jail, whose head was next on some pretext condemned to be mown off, and made him headsman, for we said, who's next to be decapitated, cannot cut off another's head till he's cut his own off, his own off, his own off, till he's cut his own off. And we are right, I think you'll say, to argue in this kind of way. And I am right, and you are right, and all is right to luralay.
And you are right, and we are right, and all is right to luralay.
And I am right, and you are right, and
all is right.
Coco, the cheap tailor, Lord Executioner of Titipu. Oh, wow. That's the highest rank a citizen can attain.
It is! Our logical Mikado, seeing no moral difference between the dignified judge who condemns a criminal to die and the industrious mechanic who carries out the sentence, has rolled the two offices into one, and every judge is now his own executioner.
But how good of you, for I see that you are a noble man of the highest rank, to condescend to tell all this to me, a mere strolling minstrel.
Don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-Adamite ancestral descent. You will understand this when I tell you that I can trace my ancestry back to the third day of creation. Consequently, my family pride is something inconceivable. I can't help it. I was born sneering. But I struggle hard to overcome this defect. I mortify my pride continually. When all the great officers of the city resigned in a body because they were too proud to serve under a mere tailor, did not I unhesitatingly accept all their positions at once?
And the salaries attached to them, you did.
It is consequently my degrading duty to serve this upstart as Lord Mayor, Deputy Lord Mayor, Assistant Deputy Lord Mayor, President of the Board of Trade, Police Chief, Paymaster General, and even the Chief Rabbi of Titipu, all rolled into one. And at a salary, a poobah paid for his services, I, a salaried minion. Oh, I do it. It revolts me, but I do it.
And it does you credit.
But I don't stop there. I attend dinners of visiting UJA dignitaries for a small sum. I attend disco openings on moderate terms. I accept all major credit cards. I also leak state secrets for a very low figure. For instance, any further information regarding Yum Yum would come under the heading of a state secret. Another insult, and I think a light one. Young man, despair, likewise go to Yum Yum the fair. must not go, it will not go. I'm sorry for you very Romanian locutioner. This very day from school, yum yum, Will went away and homeward come, with a beat of drum and a rum-tum-tum, to wed the Lord High Executioner. And the brass will crash, and the trumpets play, and they'll cart a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all of her, with the Lord High Executioner.
And the brass will crash, and the trumpets play, and they'll cart a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all of her, with the Lord High Executioner.
It's a hopeless case, as you may see, and in your place away I flee. But don't blame me, I'm sorry to be of your pleasure a diminutioner. They'll plight their troth extremely soon. In point of fact, this afternoon, a honeymoon with that buffoon at 7 commences, so you shall learn. And the brass will crash, and the trumpets play, and they'll cart a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all of her, with the Lord High Executioner.
And the brass will crash, and the trumpets play, and the cart a dash on their wedding day. She'll toddle away as all of her, with the Lord High Executioner. I journeyed for a month on Nini, Solene chiamiam, o my loss of Dini, dite tu caca, isto be united.
The fact appears to be as you've recited. But here he comes, Equator suits his station. He'll give you any further information.
By a favouring gale, as once
sometimes is in trances, to a height that few can scale, save by long and weary dances, surely never had a male, under such like circumstances, so I venture us a tale, which may rank with most romances, taken from the county jail, by a set of glorious chances, surely never had a male, so I venture us a tale. Declare to the Lord my executioner, declare to the Lord, to the Lord my executioner, down, 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 to the Lord my executioner, I am much touched by this reception. I can only hope that by strict attention to duty I can ensure a continuance of those favors that it has been my study to deserve. If I should ever be called upon to act professionally, I am happy to think that there will be absolutely no difficulty in finding plenty of people whose loss will be a distinct gain to society at large. As someday it may happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who may well be underground and who never would be missed, All neighbors who send kids outside to play between 2 and 4, and those who let their dogs run wild to poop outside your door, and government officials who sit all day on their butts, your super sale and junk mail senders out to drive you nuts, and smokers who in public places drive you round the twist. They'd none of them be missed. They'd none of them be missed.
He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list. And they'll none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
There's the TV pundit, dreadful bore, appearing on Located. He never would be missed. He never would be missed. And your dynasty adorers who are clearly off their heads, they'd also not be missed. I'm sure they'd not be missed. All teenage kids who know it all and think they're all so cool, because it's really on the ball to drive teachers mad at school. They're freaking or pun-kissing, though it doesn't matter which. And their music is so loud and grim, you shudder and you twitch. And then on staying out till 3 a.m. they all insist. Oh Lord, they'd not be missed. Don't tell me they'd be missed.
He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list. And they'll none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
There are flashy fat politicos insisting on their rights. They should be off the list. They should be off the list. Former generals, heads of banks, and kindred parasites. They'd none of them be missed. They'd none of them be missed. Then Israel's lofty statesmen who spring instantly to mind, such as Korimlo, Mashemo, and likewise never mind the Zehuzeh Kol Kaf Yafeh, and also you know who. The task of filling up the blanks I'd rather leave to you, so it really doesn't matter whom you put upon the list, for they'd none of them be missed. They'd none of them be missed.
He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list. And they'll none of them be missed. They'll none of them be missed.
It seems that the festivities in connection with my forthcoming wedding are to last a week. I should like to do it handsomely and want to consult you as to the amount I should spend upon them.
Certainly, in which of my capacities do you wish to consult me? As Lord Mayor, as chief of protocol, as municipal treasurer, or as private secretary?
Yes, let us say as private secretary.
Oh, as your private secretary, I should have no hesitation in saying that as the city will have to pay for it, don't stint yourself, do it well.
Exactly, as the city will have to pay for it. That is your advice.
As private secretary. Of course, as municipal treasurer, I have to see that due economy is observed.
Oh, but you just now said don't stint yourself, do it well.
As private secretary.
And now you say that due economy must be observed?
As municipal treasurer.
I see. Come over here, where the municipal treasurer can't hear us. Now then, as my solicitor, how do you advise me?
Oh, as your solicitor, I should have no hesitation in saying, chance it.
Thank you, I will.
Were it not that as Chief Justice, I'm bound to see that the law isn't violated.
I see. Come over here where the Chief Justice can't hear us. Now then, as Lord Mayor.
Oh, well, as Lord Mayor, I could propose a special vote that would cover all expenses. But then, as leader of the opposition, I'd be bound to fight it tooth and nail. Or else, as Paymaster General, I could so cook the books that as Chief Auditor, I'd never discover the fraud. But then, as Chief Rabbi of Titipu, I'd be bound to denounce my own dishonesty and give myself into my own custody as Chief of Police.
The matter is extremely awkward.
I don't say that all these distinguished people couldn't be squared, but it is only right to tell you that they wouldn't feel sufficiently degraded in their own estimation unless they were insulted with a very considerable bribe.
The matter shall have my very careful consideration. My bride and her sisters approach, and any little grovel on your part would be esteemed a favor.
No money, no grovel.
Comes a train of little babies, cross that has just begun. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who are not very tough, ladies and very table changes to the lady. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. One little maid is bright and young. Two little maids in attendance come. Three little maids is a total sound. Three little maids from school. Three little maids take one away. Two little maids that make them play. Walk into it very long they say. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who all are wearing come from ladies seminary. People think it's too Larry. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school.
At last, my bride that is to be.
You're not going to kiss me in front of all these people.
That was the idea.
It seems odd, doesn't it? It's quite peculiar. Oh, I suppose it's all right. Must have a start somewhere, you know. Well, of course, I know nothing about these things, but I've no objection if it's usual.
Oh, it's quite usual. Eh, Lord Chancellor?
I have known it done.
Thank goodness that's over.
Will you introduce me?
Why, this is
One at a time, if you please.
If you please, this is the gentleman who used to play so beautifully on the taielet. That's the name of the instrument.
Sir, I have the misfortune to love your ward, Yum Yum. Oh, I know I deserve your anger.
Not a bit, my boy. Why, I love her myself. Charming little thing, isn't she? Pretty eyes, nice hair. Glad to hear my opinion backed by a competent authority. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Take him away.
Excuse me, who is this?
Pooba. Allow me to introduce you. These are my 3 wards. The one in the middle is my bride-elect.
What do you want me to do with them?
A little bow, a mere nothing. You needn't mean it, you know.
Well, it goes against the grain. They are not young ladies, they're obnoxious teenagers.
There, be a good nobleman.
Well, I shan't mean it. How do you do, little girls? How do you do?
That's very good.
I see nothing to laugh at. It is very painful for me to have to say, howdy do, little girls, howdy do, to obnoxious teenagers. I'm not in the habit of saying, howdy do, little girls, howdy do, to anyone under the rank of a deputy minister.
Don't laugh at him. He can't help it, you know. He's unfeeling for it.
So please we want to great we have failed in etiquette. To was a better rank, so high we shall know better by and by. But you, of course, must have its things of marvelous, and don't in girlhood's happy spring be modest, if we're inclined to dance and sing tra-la-la-la-la. But you, of course, must have its things of marvelous, and don't in girlhood's happy spring be modest.
I think you ought to recollect you cannot show too much respect to one's highly titled few, but nobody does, so why should you? That youth as thus should have its fling is pardon us to our prerogative we cling, so pardon us if we decline to dance and sing tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Meow meow. At last we are alone. I thought that your guardian was beheaded, and I find that you are about to be married to him this afternoon.
Alas, yes.
But you do not love him?
Alas, no.
But why do you not refuse him?
Well, what good would that do? After all, he's my guardian, and he'd never let me marry you. Besides, a wandering minstrel who plays the bass guitar outside tea houses is hardly the fitting husband for the ward of a Lord High Executioner.
Ah, shall I tell her? Yes, she will not betray me. What if I tell you that I am no musician?
There, I was certain of it directly I heard you play.
What if I tell you that I am the son of His Majesty the Mikado?
The son of the Mikado? But why is your Highness disguised? And why did your Highness tell me you weren't my Highness? Your Highness? And what has your Highness done? And will your Highness promise never to do it again?
Some years ago, I had the misfortune to captivate Katisha, an elderly lady of my father's court. She mistook my friendly manner for affection and claimed me marriage under my father's law. My father ordered me to marry her within a week or perish on the scaffold. That night I fled his court, and assuming the disguise of a bass guitar, I joined the band in which you found me when I had the happiness of seeing you.
If you please, Your Highness, I think you had better not come so near. The laws against flirting are excessively severe.
But we are quite alone, and nobody can see us.
Still, that doesn't make it right. To flirt is capital.
It is capital.
And we must obey the law.
If it were not for the law, we should now be sitting side by side, like that.
Instead of being obliged to sit half a mile apart. Like that.
We should be gazing into each other's eyes, like that.
Breathing sighs of unutterable love. Like that.
With our arms round each other's waists, like that.
If it wasn't for the law.
If it wasn't for the law.
And as it is, of course, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
Not for words.
Being engaged to Coco, you know.
Being engaged to Coco.
Were you not to Coco brighter, I would say in tender tone, love, let us be united, let us be each other's own. I would measure the length and station, what is years are not to us, and to mark the admiration. I would kiss your honey thus. I would kiss your honey thus.
But as I'm engaged to Coco, to embrace you thus and Foco, would distinctly be no Toco, and for him I should give Toco.
Toco,
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 Toco, Toco.
Toco, so in spite of all temptation, such a theme I not discuss, and on all consideration, will I kiss your honey thus? Will I kiss your honey thus? Let it make it clear to you, this is what I never do. This or this, or this, or this, this is what I never do. This or this, or this, or this, this is what I never do.
He'll never do.
I never do.
He'll never do.
Or this, this what I never, never
There she goes. To think how entirely my future happiness is wrapped up in that little parcel. It hardly seems worthwhile. Oh, matrimony. Now then, sir, what is it? Can't you see I'm soliloquizing?
I am the bearer of a fax from His Majesty the Mikado.
A letter from the Mikado. What in the world can he have to say to me? Here it is, at last. I knew it would come, sooner or later. The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Titipu for a year, and decrees that unless someone is executed within a month, the post of Lord High Executioner will be abolished, and the city reduced to the rank of a village.
But that will involve us all in civil ruin.
Yes, there is no help for it. I shall have to find somebody to execute at once. The only question is, who shall it be?
Well, it seems unkind to mention it, but since you're already under sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you.
To me? What are you talking about? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Why not? Because the act of self-decapitation is an extremely difficult, not to say dangerous, thing to attempt.
A man might try.
Even if you only succeeded in cutting it half off, that would be something.
It would be taken as an earnest of your desire to comply with the imperial will.
No, on that point, I am adamant. As official headsman, my reputation is at stake, and I can't consent to embark on a professional operation unless I see my way to a successful result.
Well, this professional conscientiousness does you credit, but it places us in a very awkward position.
The awkwardness of your position, my good sir, is grace itself, compared with that of a man engaged in the act of cutting off his own head.
I'm afraid that unless you can find a substitute...
Substitute? Substitute, eh? Substitute! Pooh-bah! I appoint you Lord High Substitute.
I should be delighted. Such a position would satisfy my fondest dreams. But no. At any price, I must set bounds to my insatiable ambition. I am so proud, if I'm allowed, my family pride to be my guide. I volunteer to quit this here instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside and mortified and mortified.
My brainy teens with endless schemes for food and you for titty, poo for titty. But if I flit the benefit that I diffuse, the town will lose. Now every man to aid his clan should plot and plan as best he can.
I heard one day a gentleman say that criminals who are cut in two can hardly feel the fatal steel, and so are slain without much pain. If this is true, it's jolly for you. Your courage through to bid as adieu.
I am so proud.
I pray in Jesus, one day
my family pride
who are cut in two can hardly feel the fatal steel, and so are slain without much pain.
Now every man to aid his clan as best he can. And so, although I'm ready to go, 'twere disrespected, I neglect to thus effect the same direct, so I object.
And so, although I wish to go, and greatly pine to brightly shine, and take the line of a hero fight, with grief God die, I must decline.
And go and show both friend and foe how much you dare, I'm quite aware. It's your affair, yet I declare, I take your share, but I don't much care.
I must object, I must object, I must object, I must object.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark vault, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shot from a chippy chopper on a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark vault, in a pestilential prison with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shot from a chippy chopper on a big black block. A dull, dark vault, a lifelong lock, a short, sharp shot, a big black block. To sit in solemn silence in a pestilential prison and awaiting the sensation of a chippy chopper on a big black
Simply appalling. I, who allowed myself to be respited at the last moment simply in order to benefit my native town, am now required to die within a month, and that at the hands of a man whom I have loaded with honors. Is this public gratitude? Is this... Go away, sir. Am I never to be permitted to soliloquize?
Oh, go on, don't mind me.
What are you going to do with that rope?
I'm about to terminate an unendurable existence.
Terminate an existence? Nonsense. What for?
Because you are going to marry the girl, Ado.
Nonsense, sir. I won't permit it. I am a humane man, and if you attempt anything of the sort, I shall order your instant arrest.
If you attempt to raise an alarm, I instantly perform the happy dispatch with this.
No, don't do that. Oh, don't! Why, this is horrible. Are you aware, sir, that in taking your life, you are committing a crime, which... Substitute.
Come a little better. What's the matter?
Is it absolutely certain that you are resolved to die?
Absolutely.
Will nothing change your resolution?
Nothing.
Threats, prayers, entreaties, all useless.
All. My mind is made up.
Then if you really mean what you say, don't spoil yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded handsomely by the public executioner.
I don't see how that would benefit me.
You don't? Observe. You'll have a month to live, and you'll live like a fighting cock at my expense. Then when the day comes, there'll be a grand public ceremonial. You'll be the central figure. No one will attempt to deprive you of that distinction. There'll be a procession, bands, dead march. Bells tolling, all the girls in tears, Yum distracted. Then when it's all over, general rejoicings and a display of fireworks in the evening. You won't see it, of course, but they'll be there all the same.
Do you think Yum would really be distracted at my death?
Oh, I am convinced of it.
Well, I should be sorry to cause her pain. Perhaps if I were to become an ambassador in Paris for a couple of years, I might contrive to forget her.
Oh, no, I don't think you could forget Yum.
True.
After all, life without Yum, well, it seems absurd.
And yet, there are a good many people in the world who have to endure it.
Yeah, you are quite right not to be of their number.
I won't be of their number.
Noble fellow!
I'll tell you how we'll manage it. Let me marry Yum tomorrow, and in a month you may behave.
No, I draw the line at Yum Yum.
Very good. If you can draw the line, so can I.
No, wait a moment. No, be reasonable. How can I consent to your marrying Yum Yum if I'm going to marry her myself?
My good friend, she'll be a widow in a month, and you can marry her then.
That's true, of course. But my position during the next month will be most unpleasant.
Not half so unpleasant as my position at the end of it.
But, dear me. Well, I agree. After all, it's only postponing my wedding for a month. But you won't prejudice her against me, will you? You see, I've educated her to be my wife. She's been taught to regard me as a wise and good man.
Trust me, she shall never learn the truth from me.
To do we punctually appear.
Congratulate me, gentlemen, I found a volunteer.
The Japanese
Tis Nankipo. I think he'll rule.
Yes, you do.
He yields his life if I Yum Yum so tender. Now I adore that girl with passion tender, and could not yield her with a ready will, nor her a lot, if I did not adorn myself with passion tender still, with passion tender still.
Oh, yes, he loves himself with passion tender still.
Take her, she's yours.
That peasant's wrath has passed away. Lord and I may come to soon. And let her fall in the joy of us. We laughing song and merry. But let the fall the joy of us. We laughing song and merry. We laughing song and merry. We laughing song.
As eventide comes much to shore.
Then let the floor the joy of us. We laughing song and merry. Let the floor the joy of us. We laughing song and merry. We laughing song and merry. We laughing song.
As in a month you've got to die, if Coco tells us true. 'Twere empty compliment to cry long life to Kanky Poo. but as a monk you have to live as fellow citizen. This toast with 3 times 3 will give long life. Long life to you, long life to you, long life to you.
My perjured lover, Nanky Poo. Oh, fool to shun delights that never close. Come back, oh shallow fool, come back to joy.
Ah, 'tis Katisha, the maid of whom I told you.
No, you shall not go. These arms shall thus enfold you. Oh, fool that fleest my hallowed joys, oh, blind that seest no equipoise. Oh, rash that judges from half the whole. Oh, bliss that grudges life's life. In vain for mercy, on your knees you'll sue. I'll tear the mask from your disguising.
Here comes the blow.
Prepare yourselves for new surprisings.
How foil my foe?
No minstrel he, despite bravado. I know he is the son of your. Continue to interrupt with this tornado. He's the only son of your. I'll spoil your gay gambado. He is the son of your. The son of your. Ye torrents roar, ye tempests growl, your wrath downpour with angry howl. Do you your worst my vengeance call, to rise triumphant over all?
Singing no more in love and help to the resort, dispatches come, the echoes of the wasted road, to rise triumphant over all.
Prepare for woe, ye body lords, at once I go, Mikado war.
Away you go, collect your home, away your woe. It is the first.
Ye do not heed the dismal sound.
Oh, joyous everywhere.
We I sit and wonder why it is that I'm so much more beautiful than anybody else in the world. Is that vanity? No. Nature is lovely and rejoices in her loveliness. I am nature's child and take after my mother. I believe I'm the very happiest girl in all Japan.
The happiest girl indeed, for she is indeed to be envied who has achieved happiness in all but perfection.
In all but perfection?
Well, dear, it can't be denied that the fact that your husband is to be beheaded in 1 month is in its way a drawback. It does take the top off it.
I don't know about that. It all depends.
Well, at least he will find it a drawback.
Not necessarily. It all depends.
I think it very indelicate of you to refer to such a subject on such a day. If my married happiness is to be, well, cut short. And cut short in a month. Can't you let me forget it?
Yum Yum in tears?
They've been reminding me that in a month you're to be beheaded.
Yes, we've been reminding her that in a month you're to be beheaded.
It's true. You are to be beheaded.
How some bridegrooms would be depressed by this sort of thing. A month? Well, what's a month? Who says 24 hours make a day?
Well, there's a popular impression to that effect.
Then we'll face it. We'll call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a at that rate we've about 30 years of married happiness before us.
And at that rate, this interview has lasted 3 hours and 3/4. Darlings, I must fly. Fly.
My, how time flies when one is thoroughly enjoying oneself.
That's the way to look at it. Don't let's be downhearted. There's a silver lining to every cloud.
Yes, certainly, let's be perfectly happy.
By all means, let's thoroughly enjoy ourselves.
It's absurd to cry. Quite ridiculous.
Go on. Don't mind me.
I'm afraid we're distressing you.
Never mind. I must get used to it only. Please, do it by degrees. Begin. By putting your arm around her waist. Oh. There. Let me get used to that first.
Wouldn't you like to retire? It must pain you to see us so affectionate together.
No, I must learn to bear it. Now, oblige me by allowing her head to rest upon your shoulder.
Like that?
I am very much obliged. Now, kiss her. Oh, God. Thank you. It's simple torture.
Come, Vera. It's only for a month.
No, there's no use deluding oneself with false hopes.
What do you mean?
My child, my poor child. How shall I break it to her? My bride that was to have been.
Was to have been?
Yes, you can never be mine.
What?
I've just ascertained that by the Mikado's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive?
Yes, buried alive. It's a most unpleasant death.
But whom did you get that from?
From Huba. He's my solicitor.
But he might be mistaken.
So I thought too. So I consulted the Attorney General, the Chief Justice, and the Lord Chancellor. They're all of the same opinion.
But stop a bit. This law has never been put in force.
Not yet, you see. Flirting is the only crime punishable with decapitation. And married men never flirt.
Of course they don't. I quite forgot that.
Darling, I don't want to appear selfish, and I love you with all my heart. I don't know if I'll ever love anyone else half as much. But when I agreed to marry you, I didn't have any idea that in a month I would be buried alive.
No, it's the very first I've heard of it.
Well, it does make a difference, doesn't it?
It does make a difference, of course.
You see my difficulty?
Yes, and I see my own. If I insist on your carrying out your promise, I doom you to a hideous death. If I release you, you marry Coco at once.
Here's how we do, if I marry you. When your time has come to perish, then the maiden whom you cherish must be sold too. Here's how we do, here's how we do.
He's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without the wedding, let the bitter tears are shedding, witness my distress. He's a pretty mess, he's a pretty mess.
Here's the state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion, burial it brings. Here's the state of things, here's the state of things. With a passion that's intense, I worship and adore, but the laws of common sense she won't truly ignore. If what I say is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things. Here's a howdy-do. For if what I say is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty state of things. Here's a pretty howdy-do. My poor boy, I'm really very sorry for you.
Thanks, old fellow. I'm sure you are.
You see, I'm quite helpless.
I quite see that.
I can't conceive anything more distressing than to have one's marriage broken off at the last moment. But you shan't be disappointed of a wedding. You shall come to mine.
It's awfully kind of you, but that's impossible.
Why so?
Today I die.
What do you mean?
I can't live without Yum Yum. This afternoon, I performed a happy dispatch.
No, I can't allow that.
Why not?
Why, hang it all! You're under contract to die by the hands of the public executioner. If you kill yourself, what's to become of me? Why, I shall have to be executed in your place.
It would certainly seem so.
Now then, Lord Mayor, why are you wheezing?
The Mikado and his suite are approaching the city, and they'll be here in 10 minutes.
Mikado, he's coming to see whether his orders have been carried out. Now look here, this is getting serious, you know. A bargain's a bargain. As a man of honor and a gentleman, you are bound to die ignominiously by the hands of the public executioner.
Very well then, behead me.
What, now?
Certainly, at once.
Chop it off, Coco! Chop it off!
My good sir, I don't go about prepared to execute gentlemen at a moment's notice. Why, I never even killed a fly.
But as Lord High Executioner...
As Lord High Executioner, I'm bound to cut it off in a month's time. I'm not ready yet. I don't know how it's to be done. I'm going to take lessons. Why, you don't suppose that as a humane man, I'd have accepted the post of Lord High Executioner if I hadn't thought the duties purely nominal. I can't kill you. I can't kill anybody. I can't kill anything.
Ah, my poor fellow. If I don't mind, why should you? Sooner or later it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean?
Why should I kill you? When making an affidavit that you've been executed would do just as well. Here are plenty of witnesses. The Lord High Chancellor, the Ramat Kal, the Lord Mayor, and the Chief of Police.
But where are they?
There they are. You'll swear to it as usual, won't you?
Am I to understand that all us high officers are required to perjure ourselves to ensure your safety?
You'll be grossly insulted, as usual.
Will the insult be cash down or tashlumi?
It will be Kesef Mizuman.
Very well, it will be a useful discipline. Choose your fiction and I'll endorse it.
But I tell you that life without yum.
Oh, yum. Bother yum. Poopa, go and fetch yum. Take yum, and marry yum, only go away and never come back again. Why, here she is, yum. Are you particularly busy?
Not particularly.
You've 5 minutes to spare.
Yes?
Then go with His Grace, the Chief Rabbi of Titipu, and he'll marry you at once.
But if I'm to be buried alive...
No, just go with Nike Poo. Don't ask any questions. He'll answer everything.
But one moment.
Not for worlds, for here comes the Mikado. No doubt to ascertain whether I've followed his instructions, and if he finds you alive, I shall have the greatest difficulty in persuading him that I beheaded you. Oh, close thing that, for here he comes now.
And I'm his daughter-in-law elect.
been declared particularly correct.
But that's nothing at all compared to those of his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
In a fatherly kind of way, I govern each tribe and sect, all cheerfully on my sway.
Except his daughter-in-law elect, as tough as a bone, with a will of her own, is his daughter-in-law elect.
My mother's have been declared particularly correct.
But that's nothing at all compared to those of his daughter-in-law elect. Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
Bow, bow to his daughter-in-law elect.
A more humane Mikado never did in Japan exist. To nobody second, I'm certainly reckoned a true philanthropist. It is my very humane endeavor to make, to some extent, each evil liver a running river of harmless merriment. My object on sublime I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime. I make his prisoner pet, I willingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. Each route a manly motor car driver whom normal motorists dread shall have the bad luck to be constantly stuck at a light that's always red. The banking director whose monthly salary is carried in quarter-ton sacks must toil in the mikvah, oy vey mit the shiksa, 1 shekel an hour for tax. The building contractor who never turns up to finish a project on time must live in a slum made of cardboard and gum, with the neighbors devoted to crime, and there he struggles to patch the cracks where the wind and rains come through, with uneven floors and badly walked doors, and a bathroom that smells like a zoo. Oh, jolly God. My object on summers I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime. I make his prisoner pet, I willingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
His object on sublime, he will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime. And make his prisoner pet, I willingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
The advertising quack who wearies with tales of countless cures, his teeth I've enacted shall all be extracted by terrified amateurs. The musical singer attends a series of masses and fugues and ops, by barking to Wogan with Greek and Beethoven and classical Monday pops. The computer game addict who hogs his set, his dupes extremely hard, he's made to dwell in a video hell, with the exits always barred, and there he plays for extravagant bets against a foe unseen, with a joystick stuck, and a mouse amok, and no keyboard for his screen. punishment fit, the crime, the punishment fit, the crime. Prisoner, I willingly represent the souls of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
Subject also alive, we will achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime. With these prisoner men, I willingly represent the souls of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
I am honored in being able to welcome your majesty. I guess the object of your visit, your wishes, have been attended to. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution, have you?
Yes. The coroner has just now handed me his certificate.
I am the coroner.
And this is the certificate of his death? Yes. At Titipu, in the presence of the Lord Mayor, the Lord Chief Justice, His Excellency the Inspector of Prisons, Attorney General, and official newspaper vendor.
They were all present, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
A very good house. I wish I'd been in time for the performance.
A tough fellow he was, too. A man of gigantic strength. His struggles were terrific. It was really a remarkable scene.
Oh, describe it.
Great show. Very good, maestro. The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. With a frightful, frantic, fearful frown, I bared my big right arm. I seized him by his little pigtail, as on his knees held he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and gruggled, I threw my stick asleep, my stick asleep. Oh, never shall I forget the cry and the shriek that shrieked he, as I gnashed my teeth when from its sheath I drew my stick asleep.
He always tries to water life, and every time he fails.
He shivered and shook as he gave the sign for the stroke he didn't deserve. When all of a sudden his eye met mine, and it seemed to brace his nerve. For he nodded his head and kissed his hand, and he whistled and let it be. As the saber drew, cut clean me through his cervical vertebrae. When a man's afraid, a beautiful babe is a cheering sight to see. And it's so I'm glad that moment sad was soothed by sight of me.
Now, though you'd have said that head was dead, for its owner dead was he. It stood on its neck with a smile well-bred, and bowed 3 times to me. It was none of your impudent half-hand nods, but as humble as can be. For it clearly knew the deference due to a man of pedigree. Of pedigree. And it's oh, I vow that deathless vow was a touching sight to see. Though trunkless yet, it couldn't forget the deference due to me.
It's all to you, this is the truth, whenever he finds it pays. And in this case, it all took place exactly as he says. Exactly, 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 exactly.
Yes, now all this is very interesting, and I should love to have seen it. But actually, we came about a totally different matter. A year ago, my son, the heir to the throne of Japan, bolted from our imperial court.
Indeed. Had he any reason to be dissatisfied with his position?
None whatsoever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him. Yet he fled.
I am astonished that he should have fled from one so lovely.
That's not true.
No.
You hold that I am not beautiful because my face is plain. But you know nothing. You are still unenlightened. Learn then. It is not in the face alone that beauty is to be sought. My face is unattractive.
No.
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles to see it. My right elbow has a fascination few can resist.
Allow me.
It is on view on Tuesdays and Fridays upon presentation of visiting card.
And yet he fled.
And is now masquerading in this town disguised as a bass guitar.
A bass guitar?
Yes, would it be troubling you too much if I asked you to produce him? He goes by the name of...
Nanky Poo.
Nanky.
Oh, it's quite easy. That is, it's rather difficult. In point of fact, he's gone abroad.
Gone abroad? His address?
Nahal Becca.
What's
the matter?
See here. His name, Nanky Poo, beheaded this morning. Oh, where shall I find another? Where shall I find another?
Oh, dear, 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 this is most tiresome. My dear fellow, in your desire to carry out my wishes, you beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
I beg to offer an unqualified apology. Oh, we are infinitely obliged, Your Majesty.
Much obliged, Your Majesty.
Very much obliged, Your Majesty.
Obliged? Oh, not a bit. Don't mention it. How could you tell? Encompassing the death of the heir apparent.
Banishment!
Yes, something lingering. With boiling oil in it, I fancy. Something that short, but I'm not sure. I know it's something humorous, but lingering. With either boiling oil or melted lead.
Well, if Your Majesty will only accept our assurance, we had no idea.
Oh,
I knew nothing about it.
I wasn't there.
that's the pathetic part of it. Unfortunately, the fool of an act says, compassing the death of the heir apparent. There's not a word about a mistake.
No.
Or not knowing.
No.
Or having no notion.
No.
Or not being there.
No.
There should be, of course.
Yes.
But there isn't.
Oh.
Now, let me see. About your execution, would after luncheon suit you? Can you wait till then?
Oh, yes. We can wait till then.
Then we'll make it after luncheon.
I don't want any lunch.
Oh, I'm really very sorry for you all. But it's an unjust world. And virtue is triumphant only in theatrical performances.
See how their fates, their gifts are not. For A is happy, B is not. Yet B is worthy, I dare say, of more prosperity than A. Is B more worthy?
I should say he's worth a great deal more than A.
Yet A is happy, oh so happy, laughing, ha ha, shouting, ha ha, making, laughing, ha ha ha. Ever joyous, ever gay, happy, undeserving A. Ever joyous.
lot. B should enjoy his happy lot, and A should die in misery. That is assuming I am B.
And should A perish,
That should he, of course, assuming I am B. B should be happy, oh so happy, laughing, papa, jumping, papa, naked, puppy, papa, rather than to die is he, wretched meritorious be. Rather than to die is he, wretched meritorious be.
Well, another fine mess you've got us into with your nodding head and deference due to a man of pedigree.
Merely corroborated detail intended to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bald and unconvincing narrative.
Corroborative details, corroborative fiddle.
Oh, and you're no better than he with your cock and bull story of his catching his eye and whistling an air, but that's so like you. You've got to put in your oar.
And what about your big right arm?
Yes, and your Snickers sneeze.
Never mind that now. There's only one thing to be done. Nanky Poo hasn't left yet. He must come alive again at once. Why, here he is. Nanky Poo, I've good news for you. You've been reprieved.
Oh, but it's too late. I'm a dead man, and I'm off for my honeymoon.
Oh, bless my heart. A terrible thing has just happened. It seems you're the son of the Mikado.
Yes, but that happened some time ago.
Katisha is... The Mikado is here. I'm with Katisha.
Mikado? And with Katisha?
Yes, he wants you, particularly.
And so does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
Oh, bless my heart, Mike. What does that to do with it?
Katisha claims me marriage under my father's law. But I can't marry her, but I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist upon my execution. And if I'm executed, my wife will have to be buried alive.
You see our difficulty.
Yes. I don't know what's to be done.
Well, one chance for you. If you could persuade Katisha to marry you, she would have no further claim on me. And in that case, I could come to life without any fear of being put to death.
I marry Katisha.
I really think it's the only course.
My good girl, have you seen her? She's something appalling.
Oh, but that's only her face. She's got a left shoulder that people come from miles to see.
I am told that her right heel is much admired by connoisseurs.
My good sir, I decline to pin my heart on any lady's right heel.
It comes to this. While Katisha is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. When Katisha is married, existence will be as welcome as the flowers in the spring.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, with promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, tra-la, of a summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing. Oh, bother the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Oh, bother the flowers of spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la-la.
Alone, and yet alive. Oh, Sepulchre, my soul is still my body's prisoner. Dream of the peace that death alone can give. My doom to wait, my punishment to live. Hearts do not break, they sting and ache, for all of safer do not die. Though with each breath I long for death, as witnesseth the living eye, the living eye. Oh, living eye, come tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? Why linger here where all is drear? Oh, may not the cheated maiden die. May not the cheated maiden
Katisha!
The miscreant who robbed me of my love, but vengeance pursues. They are heating the cauldron.
Katisha, behold, a suppliant at your feet. Katisha, mercy!
Mercy? Had you mercy on him? Listen, you have slain my love. He did not love me, but he would have loved me in time. I am an acquired taste. Only the educated palate can appreciate me. I was educating his palate when he left me. Well, he is dead, and where shall I find another? It takes years to train a man to love me. Am I to go the weary round again and at the same time implore mercy for you who robbed me of my prey? I mean my pupil. Just as his education was on the point of completion? Oh, where shall I find another?
Here!
What?
Katisha, for years I have loved you with a white-hot passion that is slowly but surely consuming my very vitals. Shrink not from me. If there is aught of woman's mercy in your heart, turn not away from a love-sick suppliant whose every fiber thrills to your tiniest touch. True it is that under a poor mask of disgust, I have attempted to conceal my passion. Katisha, I dare not hope for your love, but I will not live without it, darling.
You whose hands reek with the blood of my betrothed dare to address words of passion to the woman you have so foully wronged.
I do. Accept my love, or I perish on the spot.
go to. Who knows so well as I that no one has ever died of a broken heart?
You know not what you say. Listen.
On a tree by the river, a little haunted sang willow, tit willow, tit willow. And I said to him, Dickie bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit willow, tit willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or a rather tough worm in your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, singing willow, tit willow, tit willow. And a cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. He sobbed and he sighed, and a go-go he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy wave, and an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh, willow, it will, it will. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, tit willow, tit willow. That was blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tit willow, tit willow. And if you remain callous and obdurate, I shall perish as he did, and you will know why. Though I probably shall not exclaim as I die. Oh, willow, it will, it
Did he really die of love?
He really did.
All on account of a cruel little hen?
Yes,
Poor little chap.
it's an affecting tale, and quite true. I knew the bird intimately.
Did you? He must have been very fond of her.
His devotions was something extraordinary.
Poor little chap. And if I refuse you, will you go and do the same?
At once!
Oh, no, you mustn't. Anything but that. Oh, I am a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me because I'm just a little, teeny, weeny, wee bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Hate you, Katisha. Is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea, exactly. There's beauty in the bell of the blast. There's grandeur in the growling of the gale. There's eloquent uproaring when the lion is roaring and the tiger is a lashing of his tail.
Yes, I like to see a tiger from the Congo with a niger, and especially when gnashing of his tail.
Volcanoes have a grandeur that is grim, and earthquakes only terrify the don'ts. But to him who's scientific, there is nothing that's terrific in the falling of a flight of thunderbolts.
Yes, in spite of all my meekness, if I have a little weakness, it's a passion for a flight of thunderbolts. If that is so, sing ready down, ready, it's evident, ready, I'll take someone. Away we'll go and merrily, merry, no talking, tell till the day is done. intriguing old age. Do you fancy you are elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on a subject interesting is a maiden all the better when she's tough.
True, out of my dominion, it's a general opinion that she'll last a good deal longer when she's tough.
Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Why don't you wait until you're 80 in the shade? There's a fascination frantic in a ruin that's romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed?
To the matter that you mention, I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed.
If that is so, sing Denny down, Denny, it's evident that the our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily marry, no toddling, tanny till day is done. If that is so, sing Denny down, Denny, it's evident that the our tastes are one. Away we'll go and merrily marry, no toddling, tanny till day is done. Sing Denny down, Denny, we'll merrily marry, no toddling, tanny till day is done.
Have all the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty, all is prepared.
Then produce the unfortunate gentleman and his too well-meaning but misguided accomplices.
Mercy! Mercy for Coco. Mercy for pity's sake. Mercy even for Pooh-Bah.
I beg your pardon. I don't think I quite caught that remark.
Mercy even for Pooh-Bah.
Mercy! My husband that was to have been is dead, and I have just married this miserable object.
You've not been long about it.
Oh, yes, we were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
Ah, yes, but that is my difficulty. You see, as you have slain the heir apparent...
The heir apparent is not slain.
Bless my heart, my son!
And your daughter-in-law elected.
Traitor! You have betrayed me!
Well, you are entitled to a little explanation, but I think he would give it better whole than in pieces.
Your Majesty, it's like this. It is true that I stated that I had killed Nanky Pooh.
Ah, yes, with the most affecting particulars.
Merely corroborating details.
Will you refrain from putting in your oar? Your Majesty, it's like this. Your Majesty says, let a thing be done. It's as good as done. Practically, it is done because Your Majesty's word is law. Your Majesty says, kill a gentleman. A gentleman is told off to be killed. Consequently, that gentleman is as good as dead. Practically, he is dead, and if he is dead, why not say so?
I see.
Nothing could possibly be more satisfactory.
For his son is very young. Your rank of brave daddy will always be ready. I think you had better sit down. Enjoy your refreshment.
On this subject, I pray you be dumb. Your notions, though many, are not worth a penny. The word for your guidance is mum. You've a very good bargain in me.
On this subject, I pray you be dumb. We think you had better sit down. You'll find a penny who went for a penny who went for a penny. Your hearts are the fish in the sea. 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 In the sea, in the sea, in the sea, in the sea.
Regret and drought has passed away. Golden night may come soon. And our heart, our heart, we love thee so. And we love thee so.